Hello and welcome back to Joe's Math Tools. In our session today, we are calculating the HCF of two numbers when we have multiple common factors. And if you're ready, let's get started. In our example today, we're going to be calculating the HCF of 40 and 60. And we're going to be calculating these two numbers using the division ladder, and these numbers will be calculated on two separate division ladders. So let's begin by first writing out our prime numbers. And my prime numbers less than 20 is going to be 3, 2, 3, 5, 7, 11, 13, 17, and 19. And remember that having your prime numbers there is completely okay. You can use it as a reference guide so that if at any time you're at a number where you feel a bit stumped, you can just look back at your numbers and see which numbers best suit your division for that particular step. So let's begin by prime factorizing 40. And I'm looking for a prime number that I can divide 40 by. And because this number ends with a 0, I know that it can be divisible by 2 or by 5. And since 5 is my larger number, I'm going to start with 5 to help break down my number a little bit quicker. So 40 divided by 5 will equal to 8. I'm now looking for a prime number that I can divide 8 by. And I know because 8 is even, I can divide by 2. So 8 divided by 2 will equal to 4. 4 is also another even number, so I'm going to divide by 2 again. So 4 divided by 2 is equal to 2. And the only prime number that I can divide 2 by is going to be 2. So 2 divided by 2 is equal to 1. So now let's express 40 as a product of its prime factors, which is 2 times 2 times 2 times 5. And now let's prime factorize 60. The 5 divided into 60 will equal to 12. And I'm now going to divide 12 by 3. Remember that you can use 3 or 2. It doesn't matter which you decide to use. As long as you are dividing your numbers correctly, we should still have the exact same prime factors. So which number you decide to use, it doesn't matter. As long as you divide correctly, our answer will still be the same. So 12 divided by 3 will equal to 4. I'm now going to divide 4 by 2. 2 divided into 4 going to be 2. And 2 can be divided into 2, which will equal to 1. And again, once we reach 1, we're done prime factorizing. So we're now going to express 60 as a product of its prime factors, which is 2 times 2 times 3 times 5. And at this step, we're now going to begin our calculations for our HCF. And remember that when you're using two sets of prime factors, you're going to be grouping the numbers that they both have in common. So I'm going to circle my 2's. We have a next set of common 2's here, so I will also circle those 2's. And again, there's a 2 and a 3. Those two don't have any common pairs, so we're going to leave those out. And then we have a common 5, so we're going to circle our 5's. Now, after you've begun grouping, we're now going to be using one number from each pair. So I will be using one number for my 2, one number for my pair of 2's here as well, and one number from my 5. So we have 2 times 2 times 5. And 2 times 2 is 4, and 4 times 5 is equal to 20. So the HCF of 40 and 60 is 20. And remember that you could always check by listing your factors on the side. That is not a problem. If you need to do that to make you feel more comfortable about your answer, by all means, list your factors, check your answer. It does not hurt. But remember that you have to be extra careful when you're prime factorizing these numbers, because if your prime factors are off, then that means your HCF would also be off, which is why if you want to list your factors afterwards, that's probably a good step to help you check to make sure that you even did your prime factorization and your calculations correctly. Remember, it's all about using the method that makes you feel the most comfortable. But make sure that you get some additional practice in. As you can see, this is very easy. The hardest part is just using the division ladder, and once you have that step down, everything else will flow easily. Okay, so I hope this helped you, and we'll see you again in the next video right here on Jules Math Tools, where we make math easy.